Morning, Rex. How you doing, bro? Stephen Foster, what's happening? You guys can give me a quick thumbs up. Let me know the audio and well, the visuals. It is what it is. But let me know about the audio if everything's good. Oh, second place, Joe. What's happening? Great pick with yeah. I had a great time last night, man. It was a lot of fun. Good morning, Joseph. Adam should be joining us shortly. Just wait for him to pop in here. Holy fork, and finally the man lives. Yes, he does. Yeah. Kyle with a slingshot. Which verse of the Bible am I reading today? 555. Yes, sir. And there he is. Boom. Good morning, Mr. Adam.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Typical click on the link on my laptop and it goes, doesn't work except on mobile devices.
Really?
I'm sitting here like a tit with a. Let me find a little. I've got a little tripod-y thing around here somewhere.
Oh.
I just gotta find it and unhook it, and it's been a long minute.
Yeah. A long minute.
Yeah. Right. Let's see who these people are. Oh crap! This guy. Yeah, that's this guy. Well, it's better than that. It's better than that guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Could be you, buddy. Hang on one second. Let me get my contraption working. How's this? How does this even work? Like that, maybe? No.
Yeah, let me have a look at that, Adam. Your tripod. Oh,
So
cool.
it's a little pops out like that.
Oh, nice.
It goes into a selfie stick if I want to look like a complete tit.
Oh.
I can walk around poking random tourists in the face with it, but it's really good for getting shots where you want to take a photo and you can't, your arms aren't long enough.
Yeah.
And someone's head in the way or whatever, you can just lift it up that extra meter. But it's mainly the tripod thing. I brought it so I could do some night photography with my phone and not have to carry a big tripod with me. So let me stand this up by me here. Oh, this will work nice. Cool. Oh. Damn, he's got all the toys. There we go.
There he is. He's all set up. Looking professional. It's awesome.
And I've got my coffee.
I've got my electrolytes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was too many beers for you last night.
Maybe it might have been. I had a rough day. I was feeling fine, but when I got home, I started to go to sleep. I got home, I guess, around 12:15, something like that, 12:30. Fell asleep 2 o'clock with the most vicious leg cramp I've ever had in my life. And I was like, oh no, I should have drank. I should have drank this before I went to bed. It was terrible.
So should I. I woke up this morning going, yeah, I definitely had a night out last night. But now I'm sitting in this beautiful auberge in Montreal, and it's a balmy 16 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And I've already,
it's the cold
but
one.
I'm actually having that dish right because I got the heater on, and I'm actually overheating now. So like, let's turn this thing down. Let's go down to European temperatures, European summer temperatures. Like 16 centigrade.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's a problem, Neil. What can I say? I am a Brit, and I've already had it. I've already had it since I arrived here. I had it at customs as I crossed into Quebec. I spoke French to him. He raised an eyebrow, and I was like, "Oh, pardon, je suis anglais," and he was like, "Well, it's a burden you have to bear." I was like,
That's funny.
probably need to put some glasses on as well because I can't read any of these comments particularly well. Here we go. So yeah, fabulous night last night. We had a proper boys' night out. It was very good.
Were you two howling at the moon like Wolverines in London? Well, werewolves in London? Maybe a little.
Stay off the moor.
Yeah,
it was one of those. No, we caught the we caught the hockey game. So I came up. Yeah, it was a good game. I came up to see Mark and to catch the Habs game, and it was brilliant. Hey, Jonathan. I love people go, hey, from the USA, and I was like, it took me, I don't know, but however long, like to get up here, 2 hours or something. It was like, it's not that far. It's really close.
I guess it depends on where you are, you know? Yeah.
Leon.
Yeah. What's up, Leon?
Go. British, mate. Well, British and Australian. I can do the strain as well, but I shall be British today. I shall represent the people who founded the colonies and then left.
Yeah, then left. Yeah, we're out of here.
Just wait. I'm waiting to see someone say, actually, we kicked you out. There was a war, you know. Yeah, I know. Okay. Quebec will never be the same. No, it definitely won't. And Quebec City doesn't know what's about to hit it because I'm staying in the Vieux Carré in Quebec, in Old Town Quebec tonight. So I don't think they're ready for sling shooting down under.
No, maybe not, eh?
The vacation has been crazy, Rex. Crazy, man. I'll catch you up on it when I see you. But in the meantime, I can send you, anyone who wants to know, you can follow. I'm doing like a blog. And I'll happily send the link to anyone who wants. So just hit me up on.
Yeah, be sure you send that to me. I wanna follow you on this adventure of yours.
Yeah, I threw it on the USA sling shooting and a few of the other sling shooting groups, but they get, it's Facebook and it gets lost.
Oh yeah.
No, Neil, I wasn't offended, mate. If I got offended, you'd know about it. If I'm smiling, I'm not offended, right?
Yeah.
But yes, I am pathetic. It's okay.
Somebody else got you, Neil.
Taylor, who else have we got in here? I know we're a Commonwealth IFE. I like to pay out on it. Must have been a mod. Oh, did you get nixed? Did someone kill your comment?
Yeah, I think somebody gave him a slap.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know who, but yeah.
You've been slapped, Neil.
What's the topic?
Hangovers?
Hangovers and shooting the shit, I guess, pretty much. Actually, I'm double fisting now a coffee and an electrolyte, so it's good.
I'm double fisting coffee.
There we go. That's what I'd like to see. Yeah.
I have a very, very lovely Ukrainian lady working here, and I went over this morning and I said, you said yesterday when I checked in I could get coffee this morning. She goes, oh yeah, sure. What would you like? How would you like it? And I was like, just coffee and cream is fine. And then she came out with 2 coffees. So I'm assuming she thinks I'm staying here with someone, either that or she just read the slight kind of the hanging face and went, he needs 2. He doesn't need 1 pot. I'll give him 2 double shot coffees. So
perfect. Yeah.
Early on Sunday, get the British Lives. That's the one.
Every time I wake up early on Sunday, all I get are British Lives. Oh, yeah. I was kind of surprised last night about that hockey game. I was kind of it was looking pretty dismal at the end of the first and beginning of the second period. But
yeah,
wow.
And then they came back. They listened to all the screaming Habs fans in the sports bar we were in, and that was it.
Yeah.
I don't know about British people in general, but I put my cream in afterwards. But that's because I'm used to making tea, and you always put the milk in afterwards. Sorry, Americans.
I've never heard of anybody.
I've watched some horror stories of people making tea with milk in the cup in advance, right?
Yeah.
And then brewing the tea with a tea bag in this milky water that's at about 70 degrees or something.
No. That's a mess.
That's the one, Neil. I can when I'm not representing, I can just do my Australian accent. I just go, she'll be right, mate. Yeah, I can.
That's actually pretty funny.
What's that?
That's actually pretty funny. It's like you guys are secretly putting it on, you know? When
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go back home,
Oh,
no
yes.
one's around.
Received
Finally.
English. Received English is an imaginary thing. None of us
Yeah.
do it. We only do it for the foreigners.
Yeah. That's it.
The rest of the
Oh,
time,
man.
we don't actually speak English at all. We just speak in tongues. We speak
Yeah.
goat, you know. Oh my god, man, we shouldn't have gone out last night. This is like live. This is live insanity with ATO.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, just
it's been a long time since I put 4 beers together at a time, and those were pretty. Oh, where'd you go? No, he should be back.
Sorry, did I freeze?
Yeah, you completely disappeared for a second.
Okay, I have
But
no
you're back.
idea. They're making it really difficult for you to use your phone while you're in a live. First, they force you to use your phone if you're joining a live, and
Yeah.
then if you do anything with your phone, they just go, "Yeah, you don't want to be in the live anymore. So how about
And
we
they
just nix you
toss you out.
for 3 seconds?" So what are we going to talk about then?
Yeah. It was a long time since I put together 4 beers in a row, and four big beers and IPAs on top of that. That's
Yeah,
like
they were big boy beers.
they were big boy beers.
Yeah, but we had a good time. It was a good
Yeah.
evening. It was
Yeah, it was
most
good.
excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the bar. What time did we hit the bar? About 6.
Yeah.
About 6,
Yeah.
and we left
I
at
guess
what, like 11:30 or something.
Yeah, 11:15, 11:30, something like that.
So yeah, 5.5 hours of chaos with us shouting over the game and
Yeah.
screaming like madmen whenever there was a goal. And who got the craziest? Oh, I don't know. That'd be telling. I'm English. I'm very restrained. I allowed my Canadian friend to be the disreputable one.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we were gentlemen. We were very well behaved. We just
Oh yeah,
just
100%.
drank and ate, and then
And shot the shit a whole lot. That was pretty much it.
hang on, what's going on here, Rex? You both on? Yeah, you did all that
Yeah,
time
you did.
ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
good lad. Beer an
Yeah,
hour.
that was
It was
great.
actually under a beer an hour coin.
Yeah, it was under a beer an hour, but they were pretty big beers. Like they were a good, like this, nice thick round glasses.
So Neil did 8 tall boys. Okay, so a tall boy is a like a tallie, like a half liter bottle of beer.
Yeah, we get them here too.
I've got one over here. Oh, there we go. You'll appreciate this one, Neil.
Oh, very nice.
From Trillium Brewery in Boston. Very, very cool. And I was going to share it with Mark this morning, but we were going to catch up. But we're both too lightweight to do more, especially this one at whatever it is, 11.5%, 12.5%. So I thought cracking half a liter of wine strength beer first thing in the morning on a Sunday.
It's probably not the best idea.
I'm up for it. It's Mark that Mark pussied out on me. He was like, dude, I can't do it. It's
I'm a
not
lightweight.
Budweiser.
I'm out of practice. That's not Budweiser. What was the alcohol content in the beers we drank last night?
Why don't you look it up on Untapped?
I should do that. I completely forgot the name of the one that you had for the most part. What was that called again? Kind of a darker color one.
The Goose Island IPA.
Goose Island.
Just their standard IPA. I think it's probably around 6.5.
Yeah.
That's my guess. And then the other ones probably around the same. They're all around 6.5. Those bog standard IPAs. I don't think they're very strong.
Yeah. So some of them are like 6, some of them are 7, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, we start getting into the session IPAs. They're more like regular beers, I guess, like 6 and 5s or whatever. You know, those they're more of a lighter IPA, I guess.
Session IPAs. The comedian
Yeah.
Lewis Blizzard asked his doctor how many beers he could have before surgery. Doctor said 2. He went to place to serve pictures and ordered 2. Sounds like me. Actually, just substitute my name in instead of Lewis Blizzard, right? It's like 2 of your largest beers, please, barman.
Yeah.
And they bring out jugs. It's like, yes, that'll do. Fill it up with 12% Russian Imperial Stout for me. So I made a mistake of going to a really nice little nano brewery in Stowe in Vermont, and I arrived and I sat down. There was very few people there, and I sat at the bar, and the barmaid said, "So, what the we have this special on." I'm like, "Special? I'm looking at doing a flight. I want to try lots of beers." And she's like, "Well, you can do that, but the flight is fixed." And it was all the beers that I wasn't hugely invested in, right? So I was like, I really wanted to try all those like those double IPAs and all that. She's like, "Oh, we can do little pours. We can do, like 5-ounce pours or 10. I think it was 10 ounce in the bar was the smallest one." So I'm like, "Oh, here we go. I'm gonna have to do like five or 6 10-ounce pours." And then she goes, "But the special is a stein, like a liter of 4.5% stout." Like, well, we have to open with that then, right? So I'm sitting there with this tanker, monster tankard of 4.6% stout, which was really lovely, by the way. So I was like, this is really good. So I did that, and then suddenly it was 10-ounce pours of 8% beers. So I was properly mashed. That was the night I slept in the rest stop.
Oh, yeah. Probably best idea.
I was incapable of working my phone to find out like where I could go or where I could stay, and I was just like,
yeah, here it is. That's it. I was just thinking actually this morning when I got up. There's a brewery that's probably not far from where you are now, and it's called Four Origins Brewery, and it's just on St. Patrick Street, which kind of intersects with St. Jacques, I think. But you head on down there. They've got some really nice beers there, and each beer is kind of named and based off the history of the area. So one of my favorites, because I work on that street. One of my favorites is called Ironworks, which is the industry that I'm in. The building that I work in is a building that's been there for well over 100 years, and it's along the canal, the Lachine Canal, that actually used to transport and by barge all the raw materials of the steel. And they've got all these things. They've got a beer called Du Canal from the canal area, all that stuff. It's really, really cool.
Fantastic. I'll hit you up after the chat because I won't remember all that.
Yeah.
Well, I've forgotten already. There's a brewery. It's somewhere down there on a street that might intersect with the street that I'm on, and maybe I might get there. That's basically what I've taken so far, and they have good beers. And one of them's something to do with iron. It's Iron Brew or something.
And a canal that you don't want to drink from.
So let's answer some beer questions. We got some beer questions here. What do you suggest a beer for a person who's never tried a beer in 20 years? That's a toughie. Well, it depends. Jonathan, what do you like to taste? What tastes do you like? What flavors do you like? And that will allow me to answer that question. Coins throwing wrenches, good lad. Thomas, Mark, Adam. Hey, Thomas.
What's up, Thomas?
Chuck in. Good to see you, JB.
Yes, sir.
Hoggy, a stout is one of those black beers, indeed. Is the daddy of black beers. Unless you're German or something, in which case they'll go, "Oh no, it's a black lager or something like that, like a Cascadian lager." But for me, stout is the daddy of black beers, all stouts. But the Russian 100%. Imperials, the ones that get big and chewy, is where it gets good. Coin's trying to keep everyone sober. God, you're such a party pooper.
Yeah, I like those. I like those stouts. When Guinness was here. I used to go to this little pub in Montreal called Hurley's Irish Pub, and we'd go there, and they had like 21 or 22 different taps along there. And earlier on, they brought in this beer called Caffrey's, and I believe Caffrey's is another Irish beer, but a competitor against Guinness. And
Yeah.
they were being imported by Guinness, even though it's not the same company, I guess. And it was only up for a little while. It was one of the most amazing beers I've ever had, and then they stopped supplying it in Montreal. I think it became too much of a competitor, and they started seeing some of their sales dip, and they're like, "Oh no, we got to fix this," and that was it.
We're losing more money in sales, in competition sales, than we're gaining in import.
Yeah,
money for bringing it in for them or brewing it under license for them. So
and now we can't even get it in Canada. It's gone. That's it. Yeah, it sucks.
Mr. Z, good to see you.
Actually, I would like to answer that person's question who said if they haven't had a beer in 20 years, what should they have? I would highly recommend Newcastle Brown for that.
Brown.
Yeah, it's not too.
Sorry.
It's not too sharp in flavor to fuck with you if you're not prepared for that. The alcohol's not too high. It's got a pretty mellow flavor, but it still tastes good. I think that would be a pretty decent one.
Like any of those malt forward beers, would be good. Oh, what's with the old men, Will? Come on, dude. Look at me. I moisturize. I look very good for my age. And someone made a really polite comment about us being bald. Oh, yeah, old French man. Well, there you go. I'm bald, but I'm not old and I'm not French. So there you go.
Yeah.
Koala's cock. That's a good name.
What? Oh, that's fucking great.
Spelled haircock, as in German koala.
Yeah.
Well, I will be 69 in July. I could but hope.
69. Oof. I hope I make it.
Yeah, me too. That's it. I'm like, there you go. Wow. Coins agreeing. Having tried to tell everyone that we shouldn't drink beer and you shouldn't start, now you've said you should start with Newcastle Brown, and Coin's like, I agree. I can recommend lots of malty beers. So malt forward beer is good for beginners because it tends to be sweet and less hoppy. And hops is the thing that puts
the punch
people off generally.
Yeah.
Neil, thanks for dropping in, Neil. Awesome.
Yeah, take it easy, Neil.
So Carlsberg, probably the best beer ads in the world. Oh, they were good.
Yeah, they were good.
In the day, they were good.
Actually, I'm even going to throw this out, and I'll probably get a little bit of hate from it, but you'll never catch me drinking it. I find it's a shitty beer, but the commercials were off the hook.
Yeah, I can't touch it either.
Bud Light had some of the best commercials ever. The Real Men of Genius commercials. I don't know if you remember seeing those. Oh, man.
Fantastic. I mean, you know, like the commercials, the quality of the commercial seems to be inversely proportional to the shittiness of the beer. It's like, we really need to sell this crap.
Yeah.
Let's make an amazing commercial and get uninitiated people to drink it. And that's what happens. So.
and then they went completely trash the brand.
I live in Australia, but I'm currently in Canada, having just been in America. And I'm going back to America once I get out of Quebec, if they'll let me out. Ah, there we go.
Wheat and pale ale.
He likes beer like he likes his mother. That could be taken completely the wrong way. Lived a life of fun and danger in the army. Still trying to figure out how not to shoot myself in the cheek when I try long draw. That's all right. We're all still doing that, Will.
Yeah.
And the ones who don't want to, they shoot short draw. So, you know.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I shot myself in the face a few times. I posted the pictures to prove it.
Thomas worked there for 15 years. Are you talking about Carlsberg Brewery, or are you talking about Newcastle?
Oh, maybe he
Really?
was talking about Bud Light. Because I mentioned them too. Oh, Bud.
West Virginia beer called Devil's Ants, triple IPA with a story. We'll do one together, Rex. I'll swing by and we'll do some triples.
Do I believe in fake horses? Absolutely, horses don't exist. They're all government spies running around to get eyes on our country folk.
Yeah,
They don't really.
they're just little,
They're
they're
not
like
real.
pigeons. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? They just don't exist. Pigeons are little robots, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Wrapped up in meat. They're like little androids out there.
Yeah.
Yes, it does look good, Will. It really impresses them. If you go full butterfly, they just like, oh my God, Granddad's a maniac. My wife used the Evo the other day. She hit her hand good. Yeah, that hurts, man. I hit the end of my thumb, right, shooting a mini, and I let my thumb roll up into the gap. I wasn't paying attention, and the ball went through and hit me right there. Oh, and it chunked a slot out my thumb. I was like, oh God, that hurts, right? And it was so painful for like weeks afterwards. I just had this massive swollen bruise on my thumb, which meant holding a frame was really uncomfortable as well. But yeah,
And I bet
birds
that
aren't
hurt
really
for a
annoying.
long time too, eh?
Mr. Z likes Czech beer. Well, that's kind of understandable. Where you are, it's more available and it's cheaper. Czech beer out in Australia or Czech beer over here in America is expensive, and we only get the exported stuff. But I have drunk Czech beer in the Czech Republic, and I agree, Czech beer is extremely good. But it's very much,
I don't think I've
there's a
had
lot
it.
of bottom fermented beer. So lagers and pilsners and that stuff. So I will see you before ECST, Rex. I will hit you up, brother. I'm going to loop round. I'll be heading through sort of your way a bit later in the month, probably, or maybe in May. I don't know yet. I'll let you know.
Yeah, Gene Kirkland sent me a message this morning on Facebook saying that you're supposed to be down there at some point next week, or you're going to be heading around that point somewhere. Do you know Gene?
I don't know Gene personally. I mean, I know him in the same way as I know most of these guys.
Yeah.
You know, I have not
Maybe
made real plans.
Maybe.
I just hit up Andy Lighton.
Yep.
Try and catch up with him as I loop back down through Maine. But I don't know. I mean, basically, I'm throwing it open. If anyone wants to catch up and it's sort of on my itinerary, I'd love to catch up with anyone. It's I'm on a solo experiential tour. It happens to have a slingshot element, but slingshots are not the only thing, obviously. And if people want to come by. Coin got bruised. He got bruised on his little cheek. He thought he had a bleeder. It would have bled if you had any blood, Coin. But we all know you're a bloodless freak, my friend. So, oh no, that was a bit cruel. It's too early in the morning for me to be nice. Ban sliced cheese, make America great. Make America Great Britain again. That's what I say.
Ban sliced cheese.
Oh, I'm stirring the pot now.
Burgers will never be the same. How could you? That's the most un-American thing I've ever heard. What the hell?
Cam Vandal.
Sent me a couple of
Cam's
frames
a bit of a
weeks
nutter,
ago.
yeah.
He's a pretty good guy. Yeah, Vandal's a great guy. I gotta get him on here one of these days.
Yeah, you should definitely. Yeah. He can do his own series of crazy adverts for slingshots on your channel.
For all things Ken. Yeah, he's a funny dude. Czech beer is the best, to be fair. When I've watched hockey, they got on tap. I always look forward to it. I don't know if I've ever tried a Czech beer. I don't know. I really do a tour of everything I can get my hands on locally, pretty much. But I'm not sure if I've ever tried one. I'd have to. Of course, I was just buying cool looking cans and drinking. I'm like, ooh, this one's good. Never remember it again.
The label.
Yeah. Ooh, this
it's an
one's
amazing
good.
label.
Drink it. Yeah.
Oh, it's disgusting. Right.
I've had a few
so
of those
much money. so much money dropped on beers that were very mediocre because I loved the label art, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the best label. I have to have a can of that. Oh, that'll be $20, please, sir. It's a micro nano brew thing made with bug anuses or whatever. And you're like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll give it a go. And then it literally tastes like bug anus. And you're like, oh,
Yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah.
well, I'm sure Indiana would love to see me, Coin. All right. So I will come to Indiana, just not Goshen, Indiana.
Blood Bones would explain why I like tea so much.
Yes. Tea. I made the mistake of mentioning that was the foundation of the empire in a very woke cafe in Oxford. I was like, I'll have a pot of tea, please, because let's face it, we built the empire on cups of tea. And this girl with like green and purple hair with her pride flag was like,
You colonialist.
We have an imperialist. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not an imperialist. I'm just a fucking joker, right?
Yeah.
Oh, please, sense of humor. So,
yeah, the flag went up and that was it.
No, you see, now you've said that, Coin, I'm definitely coming to Goshen. I'm just going to camp outside your house on that little verge by the road. I'm going to set up a little cardboard box. I'm going to have my piece of card. Like I have no friends in Indiana. Please help me. Donations welcome. I'll just sit there like that. With a little piece of cardboard with some Slingshot frames laid out on it, 50 cents. First in, best dressed.
I know Coin. Please help.
Yeah, I know Coin. Please help. That's all right. Don't worry. I'm going to descend on you, brother. It's a thing. It's going to happen. And then, of course, we'll hang out at ECST, and then you definitely will be sick of me, and I can go back proud that I've destroyed another friendship. Yes, you do. Yeah, garden hose. Hose that vagrant off your lawn. That's great. Thanks, Will. We're better than late night TV. I think that's probably the biggest compliment I've received in a long time.
Yeah, I'll take it.
A pickle jar toilet. Yeah, as long as I don't forget that it's a toilet and start doing pickle shots with it, I'll be good, Hoggy.
Yeah. Ivana Travel.
Jonathan, bless you, brother. I appreciate your flowers and the fact that you think we're awesome. I think I'm awesome, but it doesn't always get reciprocated.
I agree.
You're awesome. So are you. Like, let's have a self-congratulatory session where we just how many tourneys am I attending? 3 so far, Hoggy. I'll be at ACC. I'm tourneys 2, ACC and ECST, but I am going to swing by Nebraska for the friendship Nebraska. The Tennessee shoot.
Oh, cool.
So, up in Tennessee. So whatever that is, the Tennessee Slingshot Gathering or something. It's just a couple of days of buddies hanging out and wasting steel. It's one of those, which are often the best because I'm actually
sounds great.
I'm so not invested in the competitive aspect. It's just, I'm too old for that shit. Like it just, I mean, I'll do it so people can laugh at how badly I did. But I really, it's not, it's not why I'm here. I'm here to hang out with everyone and meet people who I already consider friends online, but have never met. And I've already done that with several people. For those of you who haven't been following my trip, I've already caught up with Roland Outdoors, went down to Wales. I caught up with some of the Welsh boys. Roland, Chris, Tomo, and we went out and shot a little woods course down that way near Bridgend. And then I went up to North Wales, caught up with Dan briefly at work. He was really busy, and Aaron was being Aaron, so he wasn't sociable at all. He wasn't even there. Bless him. But I caught up with Dan, and I also met John Palfrey. So we hung out for an hour or so at the forge, and just kind of chatted. And I saw them moving huge smokers that they make up there. And then I left England, came out here, and Mark's the first person that's had time to catch up with. So I came up to Montreal to see Mark. And now I'm hoping that I can scoot by and see Andy on the way back down. But he's just messaged me, by the way, but I can't check the message because I'll just disappear again. So I'm having to wait to check my message. I could do it on the laptop, I guess, but that would be rude. But fuck it, I'm rude.
Feel free. I knew that was coming. Yeah.
Mighty Cthulhu. In honor of my Providence trip, where I went and visited H.P. Lovecraft's grave and all that stuff. That was very good.
My chat froze. That explains what I've been missing here.
Yeah, mine hasn't done anything for a while.
Yeah, I just reset it on my page, and now I've got a whole bunch of messages from Ivana Travel. What's up, Ivana?
Oh, I tell you why as well. It defaults to that stupid top chat thing where it only shows you the ones it thinks will be cool.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, no, I want all the chat. I want to see all the trolls.
I just reset it to get all that, and it seems to be coming back now. Got everyone popping in here again. You guys crushing it. Thanks, IFV. Can you please shut me out, Bridget? Bridget, I'd shut you out. There you go. How you doing?
Okay, so Andy's not around on Friday, next Friday, but he will be back Saturday morning, and he'd like to catch up for a shoot on. So I'll do a shoot on Saturday morning next week with Andy Lighton.
Freaking awesome.
Bridget, thank you. I like my glasses too.
How's Andy doing? I haven't seen him in a long time. I sent him a message a while back.
I think he's just busy. I don't know, but
I miss that dude. He's a good guy.
Yeah, so that's someone I'm going to be looping back down the coastline, much past through Sanford anyway, or within a couple of miles of looping off the highway. So, wow, there's lots of interesting foreign languages there. There's lots of consonants next to each other. Mr. Z, you're going to have to do translations for us. I haven't. Would I rather watch a treat now?
That's a tough one.
I'm not going to say that, you see, so because he's trying to catch me into saying it.
Which
the Vichu comment. See, I thought Coin was all over this. This thing, but he's not.
Actually, hold on. I'm going to take care of this guy because it's not the first time he's popped in and pulled that shit. And I got no time for that, so bye.
Okay, that's my
head. Nah, no worries, Coin. I got him. He's a regular guy that comes in here and does that shit all the time. So
that's all right, Coin. We don't expect you to catch everyone. You're doing a fabulous job, brother, with your single wrench. You're running around like a mad thing, slapping people with the wrench. So.
You're like that coach in the wheelchair from Dodgeball.
Yeah, he is.
Dive, duck, dick, dive, and dodge. He starts throwing wrenches. Oh, man.
Travel Puto. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I'd love to be able to speak any of the Eastern European languages that have lots of vowels in them, but I can't, so I'm not going to try.
The Slingshot channels need a lot of mods. The few vids I did caused me so much hate in the comments. IFV, I'm telling you, dude, the best thing you can do is get yourself an army of blue soldiers, and they will take care of all of that problem for you. Every now and then.
If you get enough of them, they'll take care of all the comments, and you just won't get any comments except your blue mods. It's like hanging out with friends. You're like, friend chat? Just get all the mods in, and it'll just be mods. Just all blue, right?
That's it. But every now and then, you just got to put them into place. Say something really appropriate about their moms. Give them the finger, and then get rid of them so they can't even answer you. That's the best way to do it. ATO's dropping trolls like toilet seats. I do my best.
Yeah. Unless you give me a wrench, then I'm a troll with a wrench. Yeah, but we give you a wrench. We give you a wrench because you're an entertaining troll with a wrench. And you do a good job.
We've got the king of trolls as a wrench right now, Mr. Coin Worker.
That's it.
There's nobody better than him.
It takes one to know one. So he's the best one at catching them early. He's like, oh, I smell a troll in the room. Boof. And he's straight in there.
That's it.
And can I play you a song? Not on my phone, no, because I'll disappear. I could play something on my laptop if you want, but that would be rude because then it'll be my music, and everyone will have to tolerate my music. So it'll be something like Opeth, and then I'll get like two people going, yeah, and everyone else will be like, vomit in a bag. I let them be. Who is your friend? Who is my friend? As in Mark's friend? Who am I? Ivana, I am Adam. I'm sling shooting down under, and I'm here to just talk shit with everyone.
Yep, and talking shit's fun.
And I'm traveling around the States and catching up with a bunch of people, which is awesome. So,
have you ever shot skinny tubes? Are you talking about like 1632s, Will? I bought some, but I haven't tried them yet. Unless you're shooting long draw, for the most part, with skinny tubes. And if you shoot 3/8 steel, you're definitely going to want to shoot long draw for sure. I don't even know if it's going to be enough for that. But skinny tubes, like those 1632s for me, shooting 8mm steel, they're very slow. I'm not even really quite getting to like 200 feet per second with it. Barely.
Yeah, I get with 8mm steel and 1632s long draw, I can get 240, something like that. I mean, enough that you can get a flat trajectory over 10 meters, 30 feet, 35 feet. But anything beyond that starts dropping off. And I mean, there's no way you're going to get like 4 to 6 inches drop over 20 meters.
Yeah.
But it works, and it works great for clay, and they're great for frameless. You know, if you're just plinking with frameless at like 8 meters or whatever, or 9 meters in Coin's case, I
was just going to bring that up. Actually, whenever I'm shooting clays, with tubes, I'll shoot 1632s, and with the clays, they're fantastic. And I've got that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. I haven't brought it out in a while because I don't shoot clays that often. But I've got this battle tree, so it's basically like a stand, and it's got a little paddle, and when you hit it, it flips to the other side.
Yeah.
And I've also got a Texas Star, which I use tubes on. And when you hit the little things, it plinks, but then the whole thing starts to turn. So it's quite a bit of fun. Quite a bit of fun. But my accuracy, trash with those things.
Where are you speaking? Sean, I'm currently in Montreal. I'm literally in the same city as Mark. It's just that he's too much of a pussy to leave his house because he has a hangover, because he's a lightweight.
I'm a lightweight loser.
Yeah. 1636. So I've got
those are a little better.
1636 or 1836? No, 1636. So I've got both sizes. The 1636, I can only speak for the sniper sling tubes because that's all I've got, the red and the green. And the 1636 green is better for heavier ammo, obviously. It shoots 8mm fine, but it feels
a little stiffer.
Feels kind of flabby on the draw. It's like got this weird flabbiness. The red is really snappy, but it doesn't have enough latex to throw the projectile that fast. But if you double them up, I did make some tapered sets with 1636 attached to looped, attached to 1632 and to the pouch, and they worked really well. I mean, I was definitely getting speed out of that, but they're just a pain to set up and tie. Yeah. And that natural twisting that happens with tubes, where it starts to just somehow internally curl, and you can't seem to get everything straight. It just gets tripled if you do that looped setup. I found it very difficult to use. So, but yeah, if you want to know about tubes, speak to the tube meister. Hoggy is the tube meister. He knows all about that stuff.
Yep.
He shoots tubes pretty much exclusively. I'm right, aren't I, Hoggy? You pretty much shoot tubes all the time. So, yeah, if you need to know about tubes, hit Hoggy up. He knows all about that stuff.
Yeah, it was actually Hoggy who gave me the tip about 1636. He told me they got a lot more zip on them. And whenever I'm out shooting clays or 8 mil steel, I'll go with the 1636 and I just cut them real short. Like each tube was like about this long, and I'm pretty much maxing them out, but they last quite a long time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they last for ages.
Yep.
Literally, like the last set that I did was ages. Where are you guys at, Boston? Boston? No, I'm currently in Montreal. Mark lives in Montreal, and I'm currently in Quebec visiting. But I came through Boston on the way in, and I'll be heading back to Boston to drop the hire car off. So I have spent 3 or 4 days in Boston. It was good. I do, but I ain't no expert. Yeah, whatever, Hoggy.
Yeah,
I've heard about your can plinking escapades at Hocking Hills, teasing the children. These are not Boston accents. I don't know, really. I mean, Boston. I could.
Because nobody can understand the Boston accent.
It's all good. I don't understand most accents, so because no one understands mine. Although weirdly on this trip, I have been identified as Australian more than I've been identified as English.
That's crazy, yeah.
But that's a first. Like that doesn't happen anywhere. It doesn't happen in England, right? They go, "You're English, right?" And then they go, "But there's something there," and they inquire. But over here, it's like, "Oh, you're Australian, right?" And I'm like, "No,
no,
please, no." Good God! How dare it was ACC. Yeah.
The key thing to figure that out is you can actually pronounce the letter O. that's yeah.
So the story that I brought up about Hoggy and the kids it was ACC, he said, not HSST, but so they were all chasing cans. The kids were chasing cans, and Hoggy was just sitting up out of shot, and he'd wait till they were reloading, and then he'd plink the can from like 20 meters away or whatever, and it would jump, and they'd all be like, "Fuck!" And they couldn't work out who was shooting it. Because they thought it was one of them shooting it, but none of them were shooting, and it just got. Yeah. And he kept it up for ages, by all accounts. I wish I'd been there. That would have been that was brilliant moment. That's right. You can do it again this year at ACC, Hoggy. They might be ready. They might be ready for you, though. No. I'm really looking forward to meeting you, buddy. It's going to be very, very good. And anyone else who's making it to the Alabama Catapult Carnival.
Hoggy is definitely on my short list of people to meet. 100%.
Well, I'm going to beat you to it.
Yeah, you are.
Got to get that passport sorted, brother.
Yeah, I do. It's a real pain in the ass, but I do.
Yeah,
I was digging around in my stuff yesterday, and I found this little guy. This was basically, Rick was sending me from Hillbilly Slings. I had a pickle billy coming, and I'm like, before I get this thing going, I think I was shooting with Rex actually, and I'm like, I'm gonna work on a pickle fork so we can shoot pickles in this live, and we'll see how it goes. And I carved this guy out in like, I don't know, I guess it was like about 2 hours or something. I just took out my knife and I was sitting there whittling while I was texting back and forth with Rex about when we were gonna go live, and I busted this guy out, and I just found it today, and I was like, ooh, I might give this guy a try.
Yeah, you should. I mean, I still can't shoot pickle, but I'll give it a go at some point.
Either. But it's fun to suck sometimes.
Who else is here? IFB is near Stonehenge. Salisbury Plain, man. I drove through there on the way to Bristol to catch up with friends in down West Country in the down Brizzle way. Reet me babber going down Stonehenge, Mr. Mordor. What have we got? I'm just trying to catch up on the. Yeah, it was. Oh, okay. No one's saying anything. It's all good.
Big Dan Hood. Blamed on Big Dan Hood. Oh, is that where you hitting the cans? And you're like, no, it was him.
Yeah. He just kept
That's
blaming it
funny.
on Xander, and Xander was like, "It wasn't me," and he's like, "Yeah, it was you." I'm a hugger, Frank. I'll hug anyone.
I'm playing Celebrate with the dog
Beautiful.
right now. Oh, cool.
That's a beautiful spot. I feel you're blessed. Salisbury Plains is a beautiful place. Um, so I have
Even, even if it is the devil.
should I get? I guess I should get some slingshots out. I don't know. Let me go and find some, maybe.
The dude on the left is literally a fat version of the guy on the right. Well, why, thanks, Oda. I'm so glad you showed up today.
Yeah, he's made my day.
Yeah.
I am a skinny ATO.
If if it wasn't so fucking funny, I would say something horrible about your mom, but I'm gonna let this one slide.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I really love the trolls because
Oh, I do. Some of
it's
them
a
are
way
brilliant.
to see how much effort they put in. You know,
Yeah.
it's like Coin says. You know, you got to do better. You got to be more intelligent about your stuff. Otherwise, I'm not interested.
Yeah. No, when they come up with with stuff like that, I can appreciate a good comedy, and he's probably even a little bit right.
Oh, Frank's he's dropping it now. He's probably getting like we're getting battle level here from Frank.
Yeah.
He's like we're
Yeah.
the types of guys that drive over speed bump and moan.
Ugh.
Trolls are modern day philosophers.
Just some of them, yes.
It's like a golf ball through a garden hose. They are
Look
getting
at
better.
Craig's going hard, eh?
Yeah, he is. Like
Getting better. Yeah.
I think Frank's just deeply attracted to us both. I think that's what's being channeled here.
Maybe. Oh, enough of that dude, I guess, eh? Coin got rid of him. I'm all out. Well, it was a good try.
Good lad.
Good morning.
Yeah.
You too, Oda. Thanks for stopping
Yeah,
in, bro.
morning, Nita.
Which reminds me, hey Frank, how's your mom? I haven't seen her in a while. Here we go. Yeah.
Do I even need to stay, Mark? I should just leave now and just let them play, right? Little
I don't
sandbox.
know.
We should go off. How about we just meet for coffee, right? And we'll just leave them here chatting. We'll come back and check the text later.
Yeah, that's funny.
Medicine
Yeah,
hat. I used to collect postmarks at one point. I thought it was a more interesting thing than collecting stamps, and easier and cheaper. So I'd get people, like I'd find someone who was lived in a batshit crazy place like Nowhere, Oklahoma, or Medicine Hat, Alberta, right? And I got a postmark from Medicine Hat from someone because I was like, that's a cool place. Send me a postcard or something. And then I cut the postmark out
cool.
yeah. But I don't know. That was years ago. I just remember Medicine Hat being one of the pride of my collection because I think it was like a triangular postage, like a postmark stamp
Yeah.
with Medicine Hat, Alberta, you know, and it had a little scene on it or something. And I was like, that's cool. Why can't we have cool postmarks like that in England? So
Probably some mountain range or some looking thing like that for Alberta.
yeah.
Probably.
Thanks, Z. Appreciate you, man. You're awesome too, brother.
Yeah, Z is the man. Z's an awesome dude. Just
Let me go
well,
find
thanks, dude.
some. Let me go find some frames. There's some over here.
Holden's gaming channel. What's up, Holden?
So this is my traveling sling bag. This is like all the sling stuff that I brought with me.
Oh
It
wow.
weighs about a quarter of my entire baggage allowance, I guess. But you know, who needs clothes or toiletries? So there's this little baby I have to show off. So when I shot with the Welsh guys near Bridgend, Roland very kindly gave me this beautiful baby, which Coin is going to be very, very enamored of.
I remember seeing that one on his page. That's a beauty. On Facebook.
It is nobody. It is an Opeth t-shirt. It's a tour t-shirt from whatever, 4 years back, 3 years back. It is beautiful, and it has a pinky hole.
Ooh.
So, yeah. So I know Coin's a bit of a fan of that old pinky hole thing. So there it is. It's a thing of beauty.
I don't know. I don't know how Coin shoots like that. Are you
Well,
hold your pinky hole frames like that as well?
I am with this one
Yeah.
because I've never had a frame that had the pinky hole in the right place. And
Ah,
this is the
interesting.
first one I've ever had where it actually lines up with my hand, right?
Ah,
Instead of having like my pinky out here, right, sticking
yeah,
through a
yeah.
hole that's like 8 inches away, and then I don't really get that. So this is
Feels good.
this fits exactly,
Oh, wow.
and it literally, like, because of the pinky hole, it kind of, you don't need much brace to hold it.
Yeah.
Because you can just pull back on this and it just levers it back in straight. It's also got slanted tips, which is something that I'm noticing I really like.
Nice.
So I'm beginning to work out what I like. I'm still not sold on pinky hole frames exclusively, but it works with this little chalice. I think it probably wouldn't work for me with an offset handle, but the offset handle doesn't need the pinky hole because it's offset for me.
Yeah.
So I am liking my chalice frames, ironically, because it was a shape that I never thought I'd get on with, but really like that one, obviously. Plus, it's special because gifts are special. You all have seen this one. This is my other chalice that was given to me
Ah,
by.
that's a beauty too.
It's a little willow that that my buddy Jules gave me when I shot with him out in New South Wales with him and Christian, and that's beautiful. Hoggy uses the hole in the Medusa as a pinky hole, even though it's not designed as such, wasn't it?
I know. I like the pinky hole in the Medusa too.
I don't have a Medusa, so I don't know, don't care. Oh, that's why this weighs so much. It's because I'm carrying steel ammo.
Oh,
Everyone's seen that one. I'm not going to even go there with my with Christian's
that thing's
bad
sexy.
boy glow in the dark frame. This little gapper
Oh man.
that was given to me by John Palfrey. That's an original JP gapper.
What's the width? What's the width on that thing?
I'd reckon
75, 80?
60, maybe. So this guy's 90.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a 75 or 60.
75, I would think. 75. The fork gap is 35, maybe.
Wow.
So, but I have yet to ban this one. But this will be a cracker. It's
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. And again, just there's nothing like people. It's nothing. When someone hands you something they've crafted, it's special. I have one here that I'm going to show everyone, but you know what I'm going to show them, Mark. So, but yeah, anything that anyone has crafted and then they hand it to me, it's like this. I will never ever sell it. I will never give it away. Like, none of the frames I've been gifted will I ever give away or sell, and that's the problem. Is I just accumulate frames I don't shoot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. I mean, I'll shoot them all, but I shoot some of them less than I should. Everyone's seen my first frame that I bought. That's the first one I ever bought.
Oh wow.
So
That's pretty too. Look at that.
yeah, but that's a 95, I think. So it's not as easy for me to shoot. I can shoot all of them, but I got myself an injection molded Spitfire that Dan gave me.
Oh, sweet.
So I get to try that again, pinky hole, but it's really uncomfortable because it's
far
too
back.
long. Yeah, and if I push my finger up, then it just cuts into my finger because it narrows. So
But when you hold it normally, it feels good. like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it feels okay. It doesn't feel as comfortable as some of the frames I've got, mainly because I think because of my arthritis, I need my thumb more out. And
Yeah.
so the neck, the taper here is quite aggressive. And so where I'm gripping it is only, 70 mil wide. And so my thumb's at a different position. If I go like that versus this one, for instance, oops,
Yeah, you can get really up there, right?
I can get my thumb more straight. It just braces more comfortably for me without, with less pain. I mean, pain is, there's, no pain, no gain. But just trying to think. I did
Hey,
bring
what's up,
my
Hawk?
Western. How you doing, brother? I did bring my little gapper, which is
So cool.
bound in
Looks like
scraps
a
of rubber
thing.
to make sure the latex stays on it. That one's that's the one I shot my finger with
Oh,
because there's a little tiny gapper, and I stupidly let my thumb slip round as I shot. Tiny. But yeah, Tomo, who I shot with when Roland gave me this one, he's murdering these little things. He puts like straight cut
is
12
that
mil
kind of
or straight cut 14 mil on it, and then he's been taking pigeons with them with
oh
8 mil
no,
steel, right? So
that's nuts. Is that like a little Cygnus shape?
yeah,
Yeah, it is. I know.
little prime fault.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So, but he's
Yeah.
tiny. He's like, what is he, like 50, 55 mil? So yeah, I gap shoot like a boss with that. I'm like shooting and I'm sighting at some random point up here.
Yeah.
Let's make it up. You make it up as you go.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Sniper sling for, and then I've got obviously my drop shot. So originally my tournament frame was going to be this boy, with a Leon lanyard, by the way. Squatch. You want to hit Leon up if you want any of these cool lanyards. They're very, very good.
Yeah, they're
and other
the
corded
best in
stuff.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bit of a mega white.
Mm.
There we go, just for coin.
Just for coin.
Smells like fishy bananas. I don't know. Where in the UK am I from? Originally, west of London, but then I lived in Bristol for 20 years, and then now I live in Australia, and have lived in Australia for 18 years, and right now I'm in Canada, French Canada, en Quebec,
Quebec.
and then it is. Hoggy, you'll get to shoot that one when you see me in a few weeks' time as well, brother. I am liking that. I do like offset handling. So you can see with the offset handle, I can keep my thumb a lot straighter, and it's a lot more comfortable for me. So because it doesn't have to curl round and brace. So I do like this drop shot. It's comfy to shoot. I could shoot this all day. Every other frame that I own, to some extent, I have to miss out.
Switch it
I
up.
have to give up after a while. And then there's one more that I have to show everyone, but it's not in there typically. I'll get it in a minute. Did you all go to the Abs game? Not to the game, unfortunately. The plan was that I would get tickets and we'd go see it live. And I wish I could have, because it was an amazing game.
Oh man,
And it
something
would have
else,
been
but
fabulous. It would have been amazing in the stadium. But no, we went to a sports bar and about 20 minutes drive from the Bell Centre and just sat and drank beer and ate burgers and watched the game on huge planet-sized screens with screaming Habs fans hurling popcorn everywhere. The place was a popcorn-laden mess by the end of the evening.
Fucking total disaster. Just popcorn everywhere.
Yeah. I have never hunted with my frames, Robert, but I know a lot of people who do. It was a good time, Weston. It was properly good, mate. We had a fantastic evening. Both of us are a little bit worse for wear because of
Worse
it.
for wear.
But we
Just
both got home safe, and I don't condone driving under the influence. So we did wait. We stopped. We had coffee. We stopped drinking. We were responsible. We stopped drinking. We paced ourselves, and then we stopped, and then we had coffee, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited until they put the lights on, and there were like 4 people in the place, 2 of which were us. And there was just a horde of people cleaning up popcorn around us, looking at us like, have you not got homes to go to? We were like, no.
No,
Another coffee.
Yep.
Let me find that one. Where are we? Here. This one.
Right one. Yeah, there we go.
So this is my latest jealousy-inducing frame, and honestly, I can't thank Mark enough for his kindness and generosity, because that baby is a thing of beauty, right? That's a forever frame, and it just locks right in there. It's so comfy. So the only thing for me is going to be wrap and tucking on a non-grooved frame, because I've generally not been good in the past with that. But I'm sure it'll be fine. It's wide, the fork tips are wide enough that I'm not going to struggle with it, I think. Whereas with the little mini, I couldn't get it to stay on until I pre-wrapped it in latex.
I've done a lot of shooting on that with a wrap and tuck, and it's never ever slipped at all. Yeah, and that's probably the prettiest piece of wood I've ever seen. Honestly,
that's a monster. That's a monster frame, man. I'm like, honestly, bless you. I was overwhelmed when you handed me that last night. I was like, no, nah. You just brought it for me to see because I commented about how much I liked it when you showed it on your live. And then you're like, no, that's for you. And I'm like, just people are too kind. And this gent here is amongst the best. So bless you, brother. Thank you again for this publicly. Thank you. This is amazing.
That frame was never going to leave my hands, and I figured putting it into your hands would have been a good home for it. So it's yours now.
That's amazing. It is amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna band this up, and I haven't actually shot in 3 weeks. I haven't actually shot in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna band this up at some point, and I'll find a little quiet spot in the woods somewhere in Nova Scotia or New Brunswick where no one's around, because New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, there's no one around, and I'll just find a little spot where I can hang a catch bag up and just smash the shit out of some spinners with it, and who knows, could be my comp frame. Imagine if I won ECST with it. Oh, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But yes, he is, Hoggy, 100%. So what's going on? Coins welcoming people. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, welcome to the rabbit hole, indeed.
Yeah, the rabbit hole.
It's a deeply awesome community. Everyone's really, really lovely. Oh man, I'm not going to shoot any Wallies and Roos. No, they would scream at me, and then they come at me like mad wallabies and Roos, right?
Who's the guy on the left? Apparently, I'm Fat Adam. that's who I am.
Unless they're seeing us reversed, I don't know. Am I on the right or the left for everyone else? Because I'm on the right for me, and so is and Mark's on the left. But if it's showing the other way around for you guys, well, firstly, my Opeth t-shirt's back to front. Everything's, I don't know, whatever. I meant right. So that's me, LP. Right. So I am Adam. Sling shooting down under.
Yeah.
I have my own channel. I don't really invest much time in it. It's just a way of catching up with people. I used to do some lives, but then things got a bit hectic and I kind of dropped off the grid for a little bit, and now I'm back. And I'm touring around the States and Canada and catching up with Sling brethren and seeing sights and restoring my love of this great nation, which is something that I have always had, and haven't been here since 2006. So I do not need Wally and Rugos chasing me. No, definitely not. A drop bear shooter, a drop bear deterrent, maybe. I don't think you could kill a drop bear with a slingshot. I don't think even JP could kill. JP couldn't even kill a drop bear with a
drop bear shooter.
They're mean ass. Yeah, well, I'm on a tour, and slingshots are a part of it. Shall I say that? Thanks, Coin.
Hey, that's awesome. Now, I'll pin that there.
Yeah, feel free to subscribe. You don't need to monetize me or anything like that. I'm not doing anything with it beyond just connecting with other people who are interested in stuff that I'm interested in. So, I also have a tour blog that I'm doing, but I don't know what the link to that is off the top of my head. It's on a site called Find Penguins, which is a weird name for a site, but it's memorable. And I'll.
Are we back?
Yeah, you're back.
Woo.
See, you did stuff. You can't do anything, Mark, on your phone. Just don't touch it.
I tried to pin Coin's thing and it kicked me out. I'm like, no, I don't.
Coin should be able. Coin should be able to pin it because he made the post and he's got a wrench. He can do anything. He's a wrencher. He can do anything with his.
Yeah, that's right.
Unsub and resub just for support. Thanks, Sketchy. That's it. Let's just confuse the algorithm. Next time I log on, it'll say you have 483 new subs. I'll be like, what? And it'll say you only have 100 subs. How's that? And then I'll see Sketchy subscribed. He unsubscribed. He unsubscribed. Just sit there all day, just going unsub, sub, unsub, sub. Oh dear, we haven't given Coin enough control.
All right, cool. All right, cool. I'll give that a try again, but at least I know how to find my way back if this shit goes crazy.
All right, might see you. Hey, Lilith. Oh, there he goes again. No, he's back.
It won't let me do it. My fat ass thumbs are too big.
Honestly, so. It's YouTube Live. What can we say? It can be good. It can be just an exercise in frustration.
Mark kicked himself out twice, Hoggy. Us Canadians are slow. Yeah, don't do that. Don't touch the link, Mark. You know?
I also finally have some Leon stickers from Squat Shot, and my Squat Shot stickers with the logo that I did for him. So I finally get some stickers in my hand of the real thing, and the very rare ATO Slings stickers, which are already on my luggage with everything else.
Oh, that's
with all
awesome.
the other stickers that I shoved on there during the trip. So
from Turkey. Oh, jeez.
Can we? Well, obviously not. There you go.
Nope.
That's how we can help you. Bye.
Yeah. So, and just to answer that question, actually, dude, if you have eyes, walk around outside until you find one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, be more clever. Correct.
Yeah, 100%.
Aaron, good to see you. Sorry we didn't catch up when I flew by North Wales, man. I did come to see you both, but you were just being antisocial apparently. Well, that's what Dan told me anyway. He just said, "Oh, Aaron doesn't meet people. He doesn't like people. He doesn't like human beings. He doesn't know how to interact. He's socially inept or something to that. You know, he just paid out on you. So nothing new there." I will see you at ECS. Are you going to be at ECST, Rick? Because I'm really disappointed I couldn't include the Pacific Northwest in my tour this time. Big Z.
What's up, Zach?
To be fair. That's okay, brother. I was sorry to miss you, but you were in my thoughts when I met JP and Dan at the Forge. So on my way out of that lovely town.
We get left out on the left coast.
Oh man. Well, I'll grab a sticker and I will wear it proudly on both my. I'll grab a couple. I'll stick one on my sling box when I get home, and I'll stick one on my luggage. So Chucking did a
Chucking did a 50
50
shots.
shots on a can and hit 47 from
Holy
what,
shit.
100 yards. Like, I never trust Chuckin's things because he's always shooting from like so far back that you can't see the can. He's like,
I'm
I hit
convinced.
it, and I'm like, I couldn't even see the can, dude. It was 100 meters away.
I'm telling you, he's an alien. I don't know how he does it.
Mikey,
Yeah, Mike.
hey. Zach kicked your ass at Joe's place yesterday. Ha 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 ha. Says like all that practice was for nothing, Coin.
50 shots.
What is awesome, Mikey? Me, him, or us? Or us? All of us. We're all awesome.
Oh, it was 50 shots on a 40 millimeter flipper, and he hit 47. Wow.
No.
When I grow up, I want to shoot like Chuckin.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. 50 shots on a 47. If I'm in the zone, I might get 30. Might get 30. If I'm in the zone, I might get 30 at 10 meters. Right? But yeah, I'm not more than about 50 to 60% on a 40 on a good day. That's just me. But
The last time I tested it, I think I got 35 or 37. It was something like that. But I haven't done that in a while.
yeah, that's it. But normally I'll be doing like, I'll normally hit like 15 to 20 out of 50. Normally around 35, but on an average day, I'll be about 35% on a 40 at 10 meters. That's just me.
Yeah.
Right? So if I get better than that, I'm like, winning.
Yeah. But this time of year is a rough time for you. I've got a lot of building back to do to get back on track. It's been, I think I've shot 2 real shoots since almost all winter, since December. I've done a little bit of shooting in my garage, but nothing.
Well, you did have to clear about 8 feet of snow every day, 3 times a day.
So much. Yeah.
Right. I mean, you know, I've never seen anyone use one of those little portable fucking snowplow blowers. No. So I was like, the last time I dealt with that much snow, it was me and a mate in Colorado shoveling that shit by hand.
Yeah.
And no,
But
with the overnight pack ice at the bottom.
That little video that I put, that was actually my 3rd time that day removing that amount of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 3rd time.
So,
yeah.
No wonder you weren't shooting. Blue Moon Tiger King. So nice you can do your YouTube chat with your dad, mate. Well, actually, he's doing it with his son.
Uh-huh.
Except he isn't, because one of us is older than the other one.
Yeah, imagine that.
Guess what? The older one is the one who moisturizes. Right. We are both went, Mikey, 10 meters. Indeed, I did. Good job, Zach.
Everyone in the woods course again. Ooh.
Andy Lowe. Morning, my friend.
Where's Andy?
Excellent to see you. He's back a bit. I'm just scrolling through.
Yeah, I think I missed a bunch here. Oh, there he is. Good morning, Andy.
I could read your last message, Blue Moon, but I already commented on it. It wasn't clever enough for me to comment twice. My hits would be his misses. Yep, that's the one. Have to keep him in line. You have to keep him in line all the time, Zach.
Like Slingshot Brothers. We are Slingshot Brothers, IFV.
Yeah, I heard that, Coin, that you did smoke everyone on the woods course. It's the 2nd time scoring. It was the recount, wasn't it? Yeah. When they got all those postal votes in, suddenly you won. It's amazing, isn't it? Can you say Robber Borough? Do you have to go all Slingshot Tony, Mikey?
It's corn workers kryptonite.
I can't wait to meet Slingshot Tony. I hope you're bringing him, Mikey. I hope Slingshot Tony is going to turn up at some point. Like I expect Mikey to go on vacation for like a couple of hours, and suddenly Slingshot Tony turns up and goes, "Let me introduce you to my little friend."
I don't think Mikey realizes that if he shows up, with Slingshot Tony at ECST. It's going to be like McDonald's walking in, Ronald McDonald walking through a park inside of
Yeah.
McDonald's, and everyone, all the kids are going to go crazy. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. It was dubbed the no excuses round.
Exactly. He has no choice, and he has to turn up, right? He's been letting us down. Last year, I watched all the videos. I was like, "Where's Slingshot Tony?" No sign of him. And I'm like, I nearly didn't come this year. I nearly just went, there's no point. If Slingshot Tony's not going to be there, like, I love you guys, but there is a high point. There's a nexus of joy, and Slingshot Tony is right at the top there. So now we can all meet Tony. We can all pay out on him. We can all do the coin hard shoulder and run towards him going, Tony, and then just walk straight past him and go and hug some random guy.
The new eye patch is freaking awesome.
I haven't seen that. I'm so out of touch. I haven't seen the new eye patch.
Oh, it's
so
very
I'll have to check that out.
I think Paul would approve.
The very reason I'm not going to ECST. Mikey calls me a leprechaun cryptid. Oh my God. It's like obscure insults day.
Yeah.
See, everyone wants to see Slingshot Tony. Anyway, Slingshot Tony's now hijacked the entire chat thread. So he'll just have to be put on a back burner until we see him at ECST.
That's all right.
And my plans are still pretty kind of like fluid. I'm actually getting to the point now where I'm thinking maybe I should just hire a car and drive rather than keep getting these really expensive flights so that I can get all my baggage on board. Right. Mm-hmm. So I said to Mark last night, I may get to Tennessee and just hire another car, but hire it for like a month and a half or 2 months, and then just drive around and drive from Tennessee out a little bit west. So you never know, Mikey. I may swing by the Zona and come and see you. Who knows? It may happen yet. It may happen. I may hack through Texas, catch up with JB, carry on, catch up with Mikey, then a slap, and then head north. My next stop. My next stop is today. I have to check out here in about 40 minutes. And then I'll be heading east to Quebec City. Le Vieux Carré en Quebec, or à Quebec. And then I'm gonna stay there for a couple of days, check out some of the sites. I was gonna spend more time in Montreal, but Mark isn't really free, and I don't know anyone here, and there's too many building sites at the moment. Like the center of Montreal is just, oh God, man, it's just, to drive it is just horrible right now, and so I had enough trouble getting in, and I was like,
orange cone hell is what it is. Yeah, everywhere you turn.
2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1, and everyone's filtering and not doing the zipper merge, and it just, yeah, I just need to get out of the city, head along the river and the lakes, and then get up to Quebec.
Yeah.
And then I've got a little place in the old town, so I'll be walking everywhere once I'm there. Just park the car up and spend a day and a half just wandering, seeing the sights, and taking some more photos.
What's up, Turtle?
I'm the traveling swinging slinger. Does that even work? I don't know. That just sounds dodgy, sketchy. That sounds sketchy. If so, stop by Virginia.
Kind of like the Anthony Bourdain of Slingshots.
Yeah. Do you want to know what? So get this, sketchy. My rental car that I picked up, the last rental car I picked up was in Boston, and it's an interstate rental. It has Virginia plates, and it has the Virginia plates that say Virginia is for lovers, with the little hearts on it. So I've been driving around, and everyone, like, the cars pass, and the passenger, I'm still not used to the like left-hand drive thing and driving on the wrong side of the road. So I'm doing that, and I keep looking left, and there'll be like a car will overtake me as I'm maintaining the speed limit so I don't get pulled, and they'll go past, and the passenger is always looking at me like, and I don't know why, and I assumed it was just because of my face,
But then I realized it was a Virginia plate car, and it's like, Virginia is for lovers. And there's this bald, middle-aged Englishman like poodling along at 55.
On the wrong
Oh, I've only
side
got
of the
8 hours
road.
to drive today. So, but anyway, I will be heading through Virginia at some point later in the trip. So so anyone who's there and wants to be loving towards me, I think I believe it's from the kind of like a bit later than that, actually, Mikey. I think it comes from around the time where, the sword, predominant right-handed sword use, you wanted to be on the left-hand side of the road, so anyone coming at you, you could hack at with your sword or with your pistol. Muskets at first. Yes, same sort of thing. You lot never did that. You just, I don't know, it was all Irish immigrants. They were just using fisticuffs, and they didn't care which side of the road they drove on. They came straight at you. Can you hire a Tesla there? I always wonder what they're like to drive. Cybertruck looks like yeah, I won't, but then that's, but that's just because it's, I don't know. I don't think I deal very well with a Tesla. I'm driving they gave me a Kia Sportage, right, which is essentially the same car as I drive back in Australia. I just drive a diesel version of a Hyundai diesel version of it. So I drive a Hyundai Santa Fe, and the Sportage has roughly the same, like, it's the same chassis and the same block in Australia. Over here, I assume it's an American version, so it's a V6 or a V8. So I'm not really used to the way the power delivers and the way it drives, and it's much heavier than it feels heavier than my Santa Fe. So Sportage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, mais c'est français, ouais? Oui. Tu ne parles pas français, mon ami? So Daryl made it. May get vandalized if you rent a Tesla. Yeah, I'd probably just stick stickers all over it, and then people wouldn't know.
What's up, Daryl?
Kia Sportage. Sportage. Kia Sportage.
It's Sportage.
Sportage, boy. Sketchy. Probably because we usually drive 20 miles per hour, not kilometers. Yeah. Well, the trouble is, I cross the border into Quebec, and then, of course, everything's in kilometers per hour, which I'm used to, but I'm driving a car that has a speedo in miles per hour, so I'm doing all the math in my head constantly. It's like 80, that's 50. Oh, shit, 100, that's 62.
The good news is, though, if you do rent a car here in Quebec, it's going to have both. We have miles and kilometers on our speedometers here.
Yeah, and I'm just going to have to. There's probably a setting, but the point is that by the time I've changed it, I'll have to change it back to cross back into America and go back to miles per hour. So yeah, I'm not deep diving the menu system.
No,
fuck that shit. I'll go old school and just go, okay, I roughly know what everything is, right? If it's 50, it's kind of just over 30. If it's 80, it's 50. If it's 100, it's 62.
65, 62,
Yeah,
something
60.
like that. Yeah.
Well, 65 on the speedo, because that's 62 in real life. They're all
Yeah.
about 2 mile an hour quicker on the speedo than they're actually going. So everyone's talking cars now.
I don't have a Tesla wrapped with Elon holding a chainsaw. That's awesome.
If I had a Cybertruck, I'd probably take a chainsaw to it to see if it was resistant. Although people have already done that stuff and proved that they're really totally easy to fuck up. Like they're very weak. Made out of tin cans or something.
Rogan shot his Elon Cybertruck with an 80-pound bow, with a broad tip on it too, a broadhead, and just let it rip right into the door, and it put a little dent and a scratch. That was it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It took it on the Cybertruck. Yeah.
If it's not a digital, no, it is a digital speedo turtle. No, they're all like that now. It's all like digital instrument cluster shit. I was looking for a way to change it and make it look better, but
Musk played it good. Suddenly, all the electric car haters like the Tesla.
yeah, I don't hate electric cars. desperately trying to rent them to you because they have an excess of electric cars. But because of the places that I was going, I know the infrastructure's way better over here, but I just don't trust that I'm gonna not get caught in the middle of Alabama or the middle of Tennessee or the middle of Georgia and not find a charging spot and then just be stuck in the boondocks, you know, with this dead battery lump of shit metal that can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So
I was all in on the whole electrical car thing for the longest time, and then I went on a trip with a couple of buddies of mine in the middle of summer, and it was a good 500 and something kilometers to get there, and they had to recharge once, which held them back an hour and a half almost because there's only so many slots, and they had to wait for a car to get charged, and then once it was done, they had to plug in. And
plus,
then
not all the chargers charge at the same rate. Like you can be lucky to get one of those superchargers that fills you up in 40 minutes, or you can get one that takes 3.5 hours to charge. So you literally have to stop for 3.5 hours. Well, that screws any sort of itinerary you might plan, right? Unless there's something to see in the area.
Right? And that's what they were basically saying is like, if I plug it in, I could plug it in for an hour and I'll get to 80%, but that last little bit takes forever to charge. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that kind of sucks. So if you're at 80% and you're only getting 400 kilometers out of your thing, you know, now you're at somewhere 300%. So you're going to have to, you know, you're going to have to plug it. You're going to have to plug it back in again just so you can get into the park and then come back. So he ended up having to stop twice in one trip because going into the park and then coming back out of the park was 100 kilometers from where we had to go. So to make it back to that place, he had to go into another long charger. So he ended up being like 2.5 hours late to get to the place, to get to the location. Sucked. I was like, I'm not doing that.
I kind of flexible enough to do it, but it's going to sap the joy out of it.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just pay for gas. I'll suck up my environmental footprint. I'll offset it wherever I can by donating to tree planting stuff and whatever. But I just can't commit to electric with the sort of itinerary I've got.
Corin's right. For day to day, like going back and forth to work and all that kind of stuff.
For a little commuter, and when you can charge it at home, you know, just plug in at home. That's cool. But for a long distance travel thing, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah, and I do about 120 kilometers per day on my weekly back and forth and driving my son places and doing shopping and whatever. It's like 120 kilometers a day. Man, I'd be plugging that thing in all the freaking time. And because I'm a little bit paranoid about that stuff, I would be plugging it in every night. It would just be plug it in, hang it up, let's go to work. You know, it's kind of, I don't know.
Well, I did a loop, Boston. The first car that we got, there was a mess up with the car hire, and we had to switch cars halfway through. But I think we had a car for about 8 days at the start, and it was a Chevy Trailblazer hybrid, right? And it was doing like 485 miles on a tank, right?
Wow.
It was really fun. We put like 65 bucks of gas in it in the entire trip. It was just like, it just kept going. If you drive it gently, it was just pootling along and not using any gas. And we were watching this fuel tank and it just wouldn't go down. It was like, you have 483 miles left. And then we drive 80 miles and we're like, you have 465 miles left. We drive another 60 miles and be like, you have 424 miles left. I'm like, dude, you can't count. We've done like, how is this working? So
I miss my Volkswagen diesel though. That was sweet. I used to fill that thing up, and it was expensive because diesel was more expensive than gas here. But I would fill that thing up, and I'd get almost 1,000 kilometers out of a tank with that thing.
wow,
It was sweet.
big tank, right?
It was a pretty big tank, but I was getting like 930 kilometers going back and forth on the regular. And if it was anywhere where I was on the highway and just cruising, I would get like 998, sometimes 1,003, all around in that range. It was sweet.
Yeah, I get around 700 kilometers out of a tank on my diesel Santa Fe, and it's a 60-liter tank, I think, 65-liter tank. So it's, you know, that's good enough. That I can definitely get far enough to get to another gas station. Right?
Oh yeah, anytime.
And even in Australia, unless I'm crossing the Simpson Desert, right,
Yeah.
or something like that. In which case, you're dumb if you don't take jerry cans in the back, right?
Yeah.
Because it can sometimes be 1,000+ kilometers to the next stop. But everyone's getting excited about internal combustion and how it affects their testosterone levels by the looks of things.
Yep.
But I'm going to have to go, brother. I've got to pack, and she's not gonna get twitchy. There's not lots of people here, but I feel like I would be taking the piss to be sitting here at 11:30 still chatting and then going, yeah, I'll leave when I want to, whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Out by 11, but I haven't packed anything, and in fact I've unpacked stuff while I've been chatting to you, so now there's slingshot shit everywhere.
You got some extra work.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pack all this stuff up and get back on the road. Quebec, I am in you. So
That's awesome, dude.
I will be in touch with some of you guys later. JB, Andy. I'm going to be going and seeing. Well, I'll go to ACC, but then after ACC, money's going to be really tight until I get a little bit more cash injection around the middle of April. So Josh Dills has been very kind to offer me some house room, at least for a few days, up in northern Georgia, so that I can kind of rest, recuperate, and wait for some funds to come through. I then plan on heading down Savannah way, Andy. So I'll be in touch, brother. And for those of you like Zach who are up kind of Ohio way, I will be hacking across through Indiana and Ohio on the way to ECST. So I'll see you all at ECST, but I'll also see you on the way, because I will doubtless just swing by and go, hey, dude, can I camp on your lawn? Or this is a rest stop, right? And I'll just park up and put the seat back and go,
Hey, if it worked for California, why can't it work there? You know?
And it worked for me the other night in Stowe. After too many beers, I was like, I can't drive with this much beer in me. I just have to find a rest stop. And I got to the closest one, which was like 4Ks up the road or something. I just pootled on the back streets. There was no one around, and I parked up and I just passed out in like ridiculously cold weather. Wasn't wearing enough clothes. Woke up every hour and a half going, God, it's fucking cold. And then I'd start the car, warm it up, turn off the engine, go back to sleep for another half an hour, and then it was
That's rough.
I will swing by Coin for sure. I definitely have people. There are people on my list that I will be pestering. I've already pestered this good gentleman, and it was real. It was truly real. And I will camp at the Gold Clam in Lucasville. I shall have to make a note of that, Annie. I'm not very good with memories, but if I remember, I shall do my best to find out where Lucasville is, because I can't store the whole of the states in a map in my head. But I will be going via. I'm definitely going down. I'm just trying to think. I'll be coming in from, like, obviously I'll see Coin because I have to go and pester him, and then I'm going up to Ann Arbor briefly and just nip up north of. I say nip up. I'm just going to pop up north of Detroit, because it's just a little detour, isn't it? Really. I've got to catch up with a friend there. Then I'll be looping back down, as I say, through Ann Arbor in Michigan, and then heading east. And then I drop down into kind of central Ohio, and then back up to Cleveland, because I'm going to hang out with a friend in Cleveland that I haven't seen in a very long time, and stay with him and his family for a few days before I hack across to ECST. Or rather, till I hack across to Altoona and stay with another friend for a few days before ECST and hang out with Leon. And then Leon's going to try and make ECST, so we may drive down together. And then I'll see you all at ECST. I'll be booking an ECST accommodation for me and Paul, Slinging Nerd, and Weston, and possibly some other people. But I'll be doing that mid-April, so I'll be letting everyone know about that nearer the time. I'm just gonna book a big house and try and outdo the Omega guys. Team Sling Shooting Down Under for the win, right? We
That's
won't
it.
win. We won't win, but we'll win. We'll win in everything but sling shooting.
That'll be awesome.
Luke, you got here just in time to say goodbye. Goodbye. Clam, not claim. Who? Who said clam?
What's up, Sea Dog?
I'm serious. It's my home chapter, the GPAM section. Nice gold camp clam. Clam. Scioto River. I'm going to have to look all these places up. Of course, I won't be able to look them up for at least 24 hours.
What you could do, you could just scroll back, get that little spot where she was talking about, and give it a quick screenshot, and it'll be in your photos later, so you don't have to remember.
Oh, good point. Yeah, let's do that. I'll scroll back and find Annie's comments. There we go. And we'll do a little boff. There it is. So, see, you know this technology stuff, Marcus, because you're young and intelligent.
No, it's just because I can't remember shit, so I screenshot everything. That's why.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
I like a bit of gold clam. Yeah, coin, definitely. I have no idea what we're talking about now, but yeah, Hoggy, I'm trying to persuade him, but obviously he's going through some serious stuff with his wife at the moment and her unwellness. So, you know, she's another one that has been hit with the big C, and it sucks. So I'm not expecting anything from him. I hope he can make it. I really look forward to spending time with him, even if he can't get to ECST. I'm going to be hanging in his area of Pennsylvania for 4 or 5 days before ECST at least. So that's the plan anyway. So we'll be able to go out and have a meal together and catch up, and I'll hopefully get to meet the fam, and we'll do some stuff. So maybe shoot some slings even. I don't know. At the moment, this sling shooting down under up over tour has been 0 sling shooting in America. So I ought to practice at some point before ACC, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just turn up and be totally in the zone because I haven't practiced.
You know Brad from Northeast Slingshots?
No.
Oh, maybe not. Okay, because he's in and around that area too. I think he's somewhere around Pennsylvania. I think he might even be in Pennsylvania also.
Okay.
But he's changed his channel name since, so I don't know what he's.
I threw out general messages on all the Facebook stuff, but like I say, Facebook just eats your posts and people don't notice it, or they like it and they go, I'll come back to that. And they just hit the little like button and then they don't come back to it, because when they next go to look for it, it's buried in a billion other posts.
Yeah.
Right? So essentially, if anyone, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on various other places. If you want to hit me up. I'm all up for catching up with people and hanging out, doing this, but over a beer or over a mac and cheese or whatever you want to do, burger. I'm torturing my intestinal tract at the moment with American food. So why not? Why break the habit of a lifetime? That's what I say.
Yeah.
So, beer and coffee and mac and cheese. That's pretty much I am Luke. I'm currently in Canada, but I'll be dropping back down into Maine sometime next week, and then I hit Boston. I have to hit Boston the night of the 30th. Drop the car back on the 30th, and sometime between now and then, I have to book a flight down to. Thanks, Hoggy. I have to book a flight down to New Orleans, and then I'm going to be down in NOLA for a few days, catching up with friends down there, and then I'll rent a car or organize something. I was going to try and hitch a ride with Robert Kersley because he's coming through NOLA about the same time that I'm there. I'm going to meet up with Robert, and we're going to do, and his wife, and we're going to do coffee and beignets at Café du Monde, and then he'll drive out to Biloxi, and I'll stay in New Orleans. I'll rent a car, and then I'll drive via Biloxi out to Alabama, and hopefully get there on the 4th, which is the Friday, I think. But I check into the accommodation on the 4th, so I'll probably go straight to Matthew's place, and then drive out and check in when I can be bothered, which will be like after 3, unless I can organize early check-in. And at the moment, I'm sharing that place with Jorge. He's decided he can't face camping in his truck. He was just going to sleep in his truck, bless him. So, I'm sharing the house that I booked a house for Ethan and his family, but Ethan's going through some stuff as well. His aunt just died, and so he's still not sure whether he'll make ACC. And if he does, he said, "Look, I'll work something out. Just throw it out to other people. I want you to recoup the money." So, so there's still a single bed, a floor mattress, and a sofa left in that house if anyone wants accommodation for ACC. It's half an hour drive up the road, but I don't mind driving. I'll be a fucking chauffeur. I don't care. Right? It's like half an hour's nothing for me. So, and I'll be staying at the Corneliuson's place for the fun until late in the evening. I'm not going to leave before 10:30, 11 o'clock at night every night. You know, when it starts settling down because all the kids have started going to bed and people want to be a bit quieter, and Matthew's going, "Hey guys, can we tone it down a bit?" That's kind of the time that I'll think about driving back and getting into bed. Beignets are overrated, Luke, but you just can't. You can't go. You know, I can't go to NOLA and not have beignet. Like, I have been to New Orleans multiple times before, and you know, it's just something I do. I do it once. I overload on sugar. I have that coffee beignet thing, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I have the sugar crash, and then I go and get some gumbo or jambalaya, and I'm like, I'm all right now. I'm good. Get a pizza, line the stomach, whatever. But yeah, camping it up. Yeah, I can't camp, Hoggy. I can't bring camp gear as well. You know, it's like I was wondering if it'd be worth it, right? Like I nearly considered going, fuck it, I'll drive and then I'll just pull in at a Walmart. I'll buy like a $10 tent and a sleeping bag. I'll just drop, like every time I want to camp, I'll just drop $50 and then just give it away, you know? But it just, I don't know, it feels just wasteful and wrong. And, you know, whoever I give it to, they won't want it. They'll just take it off my hands to be kind, you know, and they'll probably end up being crap and going in the bin anyway. Dave, morning.
Hey, Dave, what's going
Douglas, welcome, mate. How's things down in Melbourne? Bet it's a bit warmer than here, mate. It's fucking 16 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's chilly as fuck.
on? Yeah. Yeah, I was actually concerned about you a little bit yesterday, man. When we were talking about possibly finding a place to shoot, and I was like, "Dude, it's gonna be fucking cold tomorrow, man. I hope you got a jacket." Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful out there, man. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, nice and sunny. Yeah. No. Yeah.
some of that frozen shit on my car got melted, and then some of it just stayed and froze on again. I can't use my windscreen wipers; they're totally frozen up. I'm gonna have to do the whole like melt thing. I don't know. I parked it in the sun in the hope that it'll melt. And it's a vain hope, but you know.
Yeah. Just get them a tug. That's what we do here.
Since it's like -8 Celsius out there or whatever, -10 Celsius. Where am I now, Dave? I'm currently in Montreal, and I'm driving to Quebec today. So I'll be in Quebec City for a couple of nights, tonight and tomorrow night, and then I drive down out through New Brunswick. I'm going to try and hit Prince Edward Island, maybe catch up with Shane if he's around, don't know. But I'm going to the island anyway. Like if he's not free, he's not free. And then I'm going to head down the main coast line and catch up with Andy next Saturday for a shoot. So, excuse me, Saturday morning, and then down to Boston to drop off the car again, and then fly out to New Orleans, and then I start the southern tour. NOLA, Georgia, the Panhandle, up into northern Georgia, down to Savannah, up through the Carolinas, out through Virginia, back down across to Tennessee. So all that good stuff. Get some southern hospitality, some southern food, and then
Park the car in the Boston yard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Daryl. Appreciate you. I will do my
Cheers,
best to be
Darryl.
safe. So it's not 100% on me whether I'm safe or not. I mean, I am traveling through the southern states and I have no filter, so I may end up tied to a tree somewhere. I'll have someone come over and go, "You're my puppy now." I'll be like, "That's it, Robert." It's like, "You got a mighty pretty mouth, boy." I'll be. I'm gonna have a happy time. I love Southern hospitality. I love the South, so I'm gonna be in my happy place. And then I'll get a car in Tennessee. Once I'm settled in with Ethan, I'll sort out another car in Nashville and drive off westward somehow. I don't know. I'll work it out. I got another 60 odd days here. No, more than that, 70, 75.
Later.
I don't know. Latest, brother. I'll be in touch, Weston. So anyway, I think that's good for me. Hour and 50. I've got 15 minutes to pack, get the car defrosted, and head on the road for all the pretty stuff on the way out to Quebec. Try and avoid some Montreal horrors, driving horrors. But I'll do my best. Bless you, Mark. Thank you for last night. Amazing. It was the best night. I wish you all could have been there with us. It would have been we did consider doing some sort of live from the bar, but it would have been, you wouldn't have heard
far
anything.
Too loud. Yeah.
Way amounts of screaming. So see a coin. Laters, everyone. Thanks for the well wishes. And I really hope to catch up with a few of you while I'm looping around and getting lost. So if you see this face in a hire car driving around in circles, once I pass you twice, like flag me down, for fuck's sake, please. Right?
Yeah.
Because I probably am totally lost. So obviously, Mr. Z, you probably won't see me because I don't think I'll get that lost. But good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
Hold tight
If you
and
wind
take
up
some
in
apple
Bosnia,
pie.
you've taken a wrong turn.
Yeah, that's the one. I've gone way east.
Yeah.
All right. So bless
Cheers,
you all. Thanks very much for hosting me and for having me here, Mark. It's been an absolute joy, brother. And thank you again. Thank you again for the beautiful sling. It's precious and it will be kept safe and used and enjoyed. So I will see you all on the flip side.
All right. Take it easy, my friend.
Yeah. See you, my brother.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All righty, folks. I think we're going to wrap this one up. It was a very fun live and a very, very great night hanging out with Adam last night, I got to tell you. So I think we'll wrap this one up, but I'm going to pop in again sometime early next week during the day, and we'll see what's going on. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys take care, stay safe, get out and practice, be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys are freaking awesome. And if it warms up a little bit, I'm going to be shooting this guy today. Check out Omega Slings. Bye for now.